Over the past few months, I've been analyzing the top best-selling designs on Amazon merch products, and during my research process, I collected 13 different design styles that seem to be working extremely well across different niches and that frequently get extremely low BSRs. And in this video, I'm going to share these design styles with you to help you get inspired to apply them to your own niches as well, and to hopefully get more sales. Design style number one, I would call half object, half text. And the way this usually looks is you've got a graphic on the left hand side which is sort of cut off in the middle, and then a lot of text next to that related to the niche. In many cases you see flower graphics right here working really well, but it's definitely not limited to that. Also works with sports objects like basketballs, baseballs. It also works with animals or people, so definitely a lot of variety possible. It's not the easiest to execute as a beginner, but it can definitely do really well. Next up, we've got the groovy style, and this one usually has very rounded, fun and bubbly looking fonts arranged in a wavy format for the most case. There's a lot of decorative elements here, sort of flowers, stars, smiley faces, gives them a bit of a hippie feel. The color schemes are often very colorful and a lot of pastel colors as well. Now, this style became pretty popular during the last year of print on demand sales, and it's still holding out strong. Works throughout many different niches with many different phrases, and it also works on dark as well as light t-shirt design colors. I actually just recently made a tutorial showing you how to create one of these designs for a white t-shirt as the background, so check that out in case you missed it. This design style definitely pops and stands out in the search results, and it can do extremely well. Style number three, I would call the simple text design, and this one is arguably the easiest one to create, but surprisingly it also has some of the highest potential, because if we look at the top 50 best-selling designs right now on Amazon merch, then I would say at least 10 of them are in this specific style. Oftentimes they're just random funny phrases that could almost be bought for anyone. Sometimes they are some more specific niches aimed at dads, for example. You just need a nice looking font and a funny phrase. In a sense, that's almost as easy as it sounds or looks. But on the other hand, there's also going to be tons and tons of people who use this very style because it's so easy to create. So definitely up and down sides here. In many cases it's just white text on a black t-shirt that seems to be selling really well. Many of these designs have literally got hundreds, if not thousands of reviews on Amazon. So people definitely like the style. However, it's not the only one you should go with in my opinion, but definitely try it out because it is one of the best selling out there. Next up, we've got the word cloud design style. This one is really interesting because essentially it is just a combination of many words that form a shape, and this works for animals, for sports, for people, many different topics, and it looks extremely nice. And there's not too much competition because it's a harder design to come up with and to create. However, there is some tools that can help you with this style. For example, Creative Fabrica has a word cloud generator. I think they actually call it Shape Cloud if I'm correct, but nevertheless there's also a free alternative on a website called wordclouds.com, so check that one out if you want to try this style. Definitely really nice looking, stands out on search results, and it can get you some great results because there's quite a few of these that are selling extremely well. Style number five is the messy hairbun design. The nice one about this one is once you've got one template, you can easily adjust it to fit many different niches and topics. So this works for locations with flags, it works for different job titles, for specific holidays or events, it works for sports, it works for so many different topics. It's really amazing, and I sell quite a lot of these myself, mainly in the UK for some reason, not so much in the US, but nevertheless it's still an amazing style to try out. The cool thing as well here is you can easily cross niche because you've got the sunglasses there, so you could do one half one topic, the other half a different topic. So check this one out. Many of these are selling extremely well and it works across many different niches. Next up, we've got the rainbow style. This one specifically works well if you're targeting women and kids. It stands out quite well in search results because the designs are usually quite colorful and fun. Oftentimes we see these pop up in awareness niches like breast cancer awareness or autism awareness, stuff like that, but they also seem to work very well when it comes to school related topics. So definitely check out this design style. It's not too hard to create. I've got some old tutorials showing you how to do it in Illustrator if you are interested, and definitely worth trying this style out for various different niches. Design style number 7 is flags, and this is definitely a super popular topic. I'm just showing examples with the American flag, but it can obviously also work for other countries. I'm currently selling a lot of these for July the 4th. You can often combine hobbies with the flag itself through silhouettes, or you can actually create a flag out of different objects, which is definitely really cool and makes for a unique design. You can combine objects with the flag by the object just holding the flag, for example, or you could also add some text into the flag itself. So many ways to spin this design style and make it unique, apply it to various different niches, and the potential is definitely massive. Whilst they will do better for Independence Days, they're definitely still evergreen design styles that can do extremely well all year around. Next up, we've got abbreviations, and these can do extremely well. Essentially, it is a longer phrase that's shortened into a word, and that word is usually quite a funny one. One thing to mention here is that these can be dangerous on Amazon merch specifically because they don't really like, the S word, for example, but the designs themselves definitely get usually like an emotional response in the customer or potential customer, so that is a great way to get lots of sales. Many of these do extremely well, and I believe if you can come up with a new, unique, funny abbreviation right here, you can definitely make a lot of sales. Number 9 would be collections, and this style is definitely very powerful because essentially you've got a collection of many different objects or animals combined in one t-shirt, and sometimes there's also text within these to explain the different types of animals, for example, but that's not a necessity. It also works for other hobbies where you just show many graphics on one t-shirt, and these designs can do super well. I know because I sell quite a lot of them myself. There's so many opportunities to actually create these. There's so many nature topics, for example, where this design style could work very well. The good thing is most people probably see this style and think this is going to take me way too long. I can't be bothered. I'll just make another simple text design. So if some of you actually make the effort of creating some of these, you are going to have less competition. That's not to say that you're definitely going to get sales with this style, but there might be some niches out there where no one's ever created this type of design style, and therefore you will definitely have an advantage. So this is a style that's not to be underestimated, and it can get you a ton of sales, so I hope it helps you out. Next up, we've got a design style that shouldn't surprise anyone, but this is definitely one of the best sellers, and it has been for a long time, and that is vintage sunsets. These are fairly easy to create, and they're probably the most popular graphical style because all you need is a sunset, a silhouette, ideally for your niche, and then you can add any phrase onto that and make for a nice, colorful design that most people would like, whether it's men, women, kids, whatever. This style, whilst it's been around for a very long time, can still do super well, rank really high in search results, and even without text, sometimes these can do very well. I would recommend adding some funny phrases to your sunset design. That is probably going to make it more likely that you're going to get sales. I have a ton of these designs, and typically the ones with phrases do better. Do the extra bit of effort, add something funny to it, and I hope this style can help you get more sales. Next up, we've got another design style that is super easy to create and that works across many different niches, and that is the vintage text design. Now here you've often got distressed fonts, you've got retro looking fonts, and then a sort of vibrant vintage color scheme applied. And if you're wondering how to find these, just Google vintage color scheme, or you can copy it from another t-shirt design. Color schemes are not copyrighted, don't worry. The nice thing here is there's a few different ways to go about actually creating these. Oftentimes they're just left aligned text, one word under the other, can work super well, but you can also add boxes to your designs and have the text sort of displayed within the boxes or around them. So do play around, really fun and easy design style, and the potential is definitely very high. Design style number 12 is another very successful one that I've been using a lot over the years, gotten many sales with, and that is heartbeat designs. Now, these apply very well to evergreen niches, specifically because all you really need here is one heartbeat line, and then you can swap out the object or the silhouette in the middle with many, many different topics. Sometimes you will also see two objects combined in order to cross niche, or some people like to add flags or vintage color schemes to these heartbeats as well. So definitely a lot of ways to play around with this style, experiment, and get unique. So try it out for yourself, and I hope you can get a lot of sales with this. And last but not least, style number 13 is this sunglasses design. In this case, it's very straightforward. You've either got sunglasses at the top and some text underneath, or in many cases as well, some sunglasses in the middle and text above and below. So fairly straightforward, easy to apply this to many different niches because you can swap out the graphics within the actual sunglasses. Just have fun with this style. It can definitely work well. If you currently sell on Amazon Merch and upload a lot of designs on a daily basis, you will definitely need to check out this video next, where I share the best free tool out there, which will help you save massive amounts of time.